Hey guys, my name is Johnny from Lulu's and we're all about creating unique ear styling that helps you stay trendy while expressing your personal style. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to style a conch piercing. A conch is located on the inner part of the ear. It resembles a conch shell. A lot of times people come to us and they show me pictures of an orbital and they tell me they want this piercing. But the big difference between an orbital and a conch, an orbital is two piercings connected by one ring. A conch is just one piercing connected by a ring. The first style incorporates studs, and the first section is clusters. What clusters are is pretty much a cluster of different stones put together to create a cluster. And the first cluster would be the common prong cluster that's pretty much almost as big as your conch, just to kind of fill up that space. It looks really nice. We carry it in 14 karat gold. Another option for a cluster would be an opal cluster. There's more of a bezel set, it's more of a rounder. So it's a lot more of a bigger, it's a lot more of a statement piece that also will fill up the inside part of the ear. A more smaller approach to a cluster is the 4-leaf marquee. It looks really nice. It's pretty much like an Adidas fan effect that you have on your conch. Also considered a cluster because it has multiple different studs connected by one. And then last but not least is the flower cluster. So one large flower in the middle and two small ones on the sides. This is also a larger piece and it does fill up this inner part of the conch really well. Next one is large studs. Large studs would be something like a bar. A bar is pretty much like a solid vertical bar that fills up this entire space. You could use it very well. I've seen a lot of people add the conch bar here and also add a bar on the helix. It looks really nice paired together. Another large option that you can fill up the conch with is just a basic flower. Flowers usually come in like a 5 to 6 millimeter, so it definitely fills up the middle part of the conch really well. And then last but not least, if you're not into like the big gems or something that's really gonna fill up the conch area, you go with really tiny dainty studs. You could put a small dainty crystal there. You could put a small dainty opal, or even have a tri-ball that has no stone whatsoever. It's 3 tiny little balls put together to create like a Trinity effect. You can even do all 3 of them together and it looks really nice if you want the more dainty, simple effect. The next style is a double conch. Includes studs that kind of look well together if they're placed in opposite directions. One example you see here is a Trinity facing up and another Trinity facing down. It has a really cool diamond shape effect, especially with 2 different types of stones or the same stone. Either way, 2 Trinities facing in opposite directions look really nice. A second option would also be the marquee. The marquee facing up and down creates an Adidas opposite effect, like a fan effect. Another option would be having 2 dainty studs on top of each other if you want a more simplistic, small dainty effect. What you can also do is place a tiny stud on the top and a gem hinging on the bottom just to create like a difference between the top 2. It's a cool way to kind of differentiate between a stud and a ring. And a different option with that one, you can do an opal with an opal gem hinging on the bottom. You could do one with a stud on the top and then a solid gold ring on the bottom. Just so you don't have 2 rings or 2 studs, you do a solid ring and a stud together. It kind of looks really cool together. Next one is if you have 2 conch rings. So you can also do a very simple look where if you have 2 of them, you could double it up with 2 solid gold rings. Another option could be if you would like a little bit more gems on them, you could do 2 gem hinge rings stacked on top of each other. Or if you're into opals, you can do a stack of an opal ring on top and bottom. It looks really great together. Plus you can mix and match. You can do solid with crystal, you can do crystal with opal, solid with opal, however is your preference, but those are some combinations you can put together. If you have a simple conch piercing and you just want to add a ring to it, 3 very simple options you could add to your conch piercing is you could just do a simple solid ring, or you can do one with crystals. You could do a simple gemmed hinge ring, or if you want a little bit of opal, you can just do a solid opal hinge ring all the way around, and that's pretty much a simple way to style your conch without using studs if you're gonna use rings. If you wanna know how to style your forward helix, click the video right up here.